come to me when you're tied up, and I will set you free. Yeah, come to me now when you're lonely, and I will keep you company. Yeah, come to me when you're feeling down, and I will do my best to turn it all around. When it's so dark that you can't see, well, just remember to come to me. Yeah, come to me now when you're sick, and I will nurse you back to health. Yeah, come to me now when you're poor, and I will share with you my will. Yeah, come to me when you're feeling down, and I will do my best to turn it all around. When it's so dark that you can't see, just remember to come to me. Come to me when you're hungry, and I will see that you are fed. Say, meatball subs, yeah. Yeah, come to me now when you're tired, and we can use the skee-ball machine for a bed. Yeah, come to me when you're feeling down, and I will do my best to turn it all around. When it's so dark that you can't see, well, just remember to come to me. Yeah, just remember to come to me. Yeah. Thank you, thank you. Hello, Neon Possum. The Neon Possum, not to be confused with other possums of the neon variety. The one and only Neon Possum. Thank you guys for having me. Sunday supper, and I believe the meatball subs is on the menu. This is good. I'm a sopper. I like to have some sort of bread product with my dinner so I can get ahead of the dishes, you know what I mean? So meatball sub is just, that's the most efficient way to eat meatballs and sop simultaneously, you know? And if there's one thing about it, it's efficiency, man. That's not true. I often take the long way. I came here, Galveston via Conroe to Humble, I guess is where we're at now. Sometimes the true enemy of efficiency is momentum. You know, it's just. This is a song I wrote. I used to have a buddy named Larry Hooper. He's still my friend, but he doesn't play songs much anymore. And Larry Hooper had a bunch of stickers that were just like a cartoon drawing of his face. And I called him up one time. I had this place in New Orleans for like 4 weeks. And I said, Larry, you should come with me and we'll write songs. We'll just hang out. It'll be great. And he said, man, I'd love to. But my wife just had our 734th child. And she slipped and caught pregnant on the way out of the hospital. So I can't go. So I took the vinyl sticker of Larry Hooper to New Orleans. And we had a big time. We get there, and we get out of the airport, get in a taxi, and the vinyl sticker of Larry Hooper says, hey, man, let me borrow your phone. And I said, well, who are you going to call? You're a fucking sticker, dude, you know. And I let him borrow my phone, and he calls up this chick named Patricia, lived over off Royal Street, and told the taxi driver a different address. And I said, man, we don't have time for that. And he said, you always got time for Patricia. And I said, okay, you're right. So we went over there, and 2 days later, I'm like, we got to go to where we're supposed to be and get serious about writing these songs. He's like, what are you talking about? I said, man, I got this one I want to finish and then, just see what else pops up. And he says, well, if you want a song, I wrote a song. I'll give you a song. So I handed him my guitar and I said, well, play it for me then. And he's like, well, I'm a sticker, asshole. I don't have any arms, And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be insensitive. I said, well, hum the melody to me, and he did, and then he sang this song, and I said, shit, that's pretty good, dude, And we were bebopping down the street, and I handed him my phone. He said, what you want me to do with this? I said, call Patricia and her friend, and let's go celebrate, because we just wrote a song, And a couple of days later, we crawled out off of Royal Street, and I said, man, that's a really good song. I'm really glad you shared that with me. And he said, the fuck are you talking about? And I said, that song that you gave me the other night. He said, I'm a sticker, man. I'm no songwriter, So all that to say, if you're looking to collaborate on a project, I highly recommend collaboration with inanimate objects. It makes the paperwork a lot easier. So this is sort of a song about, I call them like a breeze out song, like I'm not mad at you, but it's time to go, sort of a John Hartford thing. So it's my wife's favorite song. Well, I've been around long enough to know what it means. Now, when you look at me that way and don't say a thing, well, give me my cherie. I do love you, baby. It's been a lot of fun, but honey, I think we're through. Well, I've been around long enough to have a place to go when it's cold on the home front and the fire burns a little low. Well, I love you, girl. Truly I do. Baby, it's been a lot of fun, but honey, I think we're through. Well, it was fun while it lasted, but I think we flew right past it. And now we're both sitting here looking dumb. Well, like a hound and a rabbit, well, we never did quite grab it. And I do believe that our race is run. This is a rhythm guitar solo that Larry Hooper taught me. Maybe some other place, some other time. Maybe your melody might fit my rhyme. But here and now, sitting with you, baby, I must admit that, honey, I think we're through. Well, I've been around long enough to read the writing on the wall. If you don't watch you. Well, hello. If you want one of them fancy accidental T-shirts like old Glenn's got there, I got a box of them up here. We'll sort you out. They always tell you, hey, shop local, support local independent people. Okay. So the original shirt was like that, but opposite. So it was white with a black graphic on it. So I went to this T-shirt dude there on the island, and I said, hey, man, I just need like 80 of these things. And he's all, oh, far out. And I paid him. So I needed in a week and a half, I needed them. He's like, I can do that, man. So I go pick them up, and he pulls them out of the box, and they're black with a white graphic. And he's like, aren't they awesome? I'm like, aside from being 100% opposite of what I wanted, they look really great, man. I thought they were going to be problematic, It's kind of got a bit of an Al Jolson thing going on, but turns out that's just me being overly sensitive. So I got some of those and some CDs and some stickers and stuff. I take electronic money and the folding kind. I'll cut you a deal because I'm lazy and I don't like carrying stuff back to the car. I'd rather just leave the empty box here for you guys to deal with, I play a lot of different places that kind of like original songs only, and I'm like, that's cool, but sometimes I like to play some covers, so I'm going to play a John Prine song for you now. Just to prove how sensitive I am, I'm a one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living. It's just a hard way to go. My favorite lines ever written. To go to believe in this living, it's just a hard way to go. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. John Prine, man. I got to see him on that Tree of Forgiveness tour, and it was just glorious, man. Just wonderful. And I think there's as an allegory, one time my older brother called me. We were raised the very same house, the very same place, and the very same stuff. But sometimes I think he forgets stuff that he knows, He said, man, something's wrong with my wife's dog. I said, what's it doing? He said, it keeps digging a hole in the backyard under the crepe myrtle and laying down. It won't get out of the hole. And I said, well, Chad, that dog dying, that's what that means, And he said, well, I didn't know. And I said, you knew, you just didn't want to remember, And it was sort of the same way seeing Mr. Prine that last time. As he was having so much fun and just letting it all go. I think he knew, which is fantastic. Can't run from it. It don't do no good. Might as well just dance or make up a new fucking song, This was for the Nighthawk. while my body is locked up in this grinder. Yeah, but I won't let it bring me down. Yeah, I know that I'll be fine, because I've got my peace, oh Lord, because I've got my peace of mind, my peace of mind. 10,000 black-winged birds, they take air in flight. They spread across my window like a battalion of night. But I won't let it bring me down. Yeah, I let them fly right on by, and let them pass as quickly, Lord. And let them pass right through my mind, through my mind. Every day they're living a lie. They're so damn busy chasing a dollar that they never see their lives pass them by. Yeah, but that'll never be me, oh Lord. Yeah, I know that I'll be fine. I do not want for a goddamn thing, as long as I've got my peace of mind. Peace of mind. Peace of mind. Thank you, guys. The Nighthawk is my 6-year-old son. You'll recognize him because he's the only 6-year-old on the island running around in a goddamn tuxedo. So, you know. He tells good jokes, too. He got the best, man. My favorite, and he came up with his joke when I think he was like 3 or something. And I think maybe you had something to do it, because I don't know if we know any other ones, you know. And he said, Dad, what do you call a dinosaur that wears glasses? I said, I don't know, man, what? And he says, Glenn. That's the first time I heard it. God damn. It's good. It's quality humor, you know? No, unfortunately, I'm not, but the Nighthawk is Amish, so he doesn't get to watch TV. It's hard explaining to him. And so well, that comes down to your mother's side, son. Sorry. He said, well, Dad, what are you? And I said, I'm just an asshole, sir. non-denominational type, you know. One of them free-range assholes. And if you were northbound on 45 about an hour and a half ago, sorry. This is a Townsend Zent song. The clouds didn't look like cotton. They didn't even look like clouds. I was underneath the weather, and my friends looked like a crowd. Well, the swimming hole was full of rum, and I tried to find out why. All I learned is this, my friend, you gotta swim before you fly. And I've got two girls, one's in heaven, one's below. One I love with all my heart, one I do not know. Two lonesome dudes on an ugly horse passed by not long ago. Yeah, they asked me where the action was, and I said, man, I don't know. 'Cause they disappeared into the brush. Well, I heard the driver say he's a little slow between his ears. Yeah, he's always been that way. And I've got two girls, one's in heaven, one's below. One I love with all my heart, one I do not know. Jolly Jane, she sits around and she listens with her mouth. She's had a dozen husbands and the last one's just pulled out. Who's gonna bring her dinner all the lonely nights ahead? All she'll get from me is sympathy. I got no time to see she's fed. And I've got girls, one's in heaven, one's below. One I love with all my heart, one I do not know. I never got to meet Towns, never got to see him play live. But I do think I know what he was talking about most of the time. People ask me, said, well, you play that song Two Girls a Bunch? Yeah. What's it about? I said, well, you know, it's about him being fucked up in a bar and looking around and all of his friends just look like other people, you know. It's about these two dudes on a shitty dirt bike that were trying to buy dope off of him. About this chick named Jane that didn't listen very well. I said, but mostly I think this song's about trying to score cocaine off of Wayne Toops in Beaumont. Well, it's cold down on the bow, but they say it's all in your mind. But the moccasins are treading nice, and they're leaving strange design. Oh, well, the Cajuns say the last time this happened, they weren't here. But Beaumont's full of penguins, and I'm playing it by ear. I've got Townsman Sam, man. He was a very good songwriter, but his brain was kind of scrambled, I think. We were standing, I play a lot at the Old Quarter down in Galveston. If you ever get down there, please come by and check out the Old Quarter. And we were standing in front of that joint the other night, and somebody was talking about Towns, and they said, well, what do you think his problem was, you know? And I just kind of pointed towards the harbor over to Jeannie Seeley Hospital, and I said, well, when he was like 14 or 15, he was a problem. So his parents brought him over here, and they gave him insulin shot treatment. And I'm pretty sure it was all downhill after that, man. Like, woo. That's that hard reboot, you know? Not to mention the copious amount of narcotics. Speaking of, yesterday was Mr. Rex Bell's 81st birthday. The world's oldest living heroin addict. I love him. He's still out there in Jamaica Beach doing his thing, man. He put a record out a couple years back called Heroin Cave. I'm not just casting asparagus at people, you know. I have been known to do that. I lived in Levelland. That's a lie. I lived in Opendike West, if anybody's familiar with that country. It's a little town just before you hit Levelland outside of Lubbock. Opendike West was a town started by an ex-county judge back when the county was still dry and you couldn't buy beer anywhere. And what he did is on the south side of the highway, he put in a trailer park. And when you signed your lease for the trailer park, you voted yes on a referendum to make Opendike West have a beer store on the north side of the highway that was just a refrigerated trailer that he would sit out there with a lawn chair and a cash box and sell beer. And like the first year, he made like $17 million, you know? So we lived just behind Wayne-Bo's liquor store, which, you know, if you drive from Lubbock to Odessa, you don't even have to turn, you just kind of veer one time, and it's flat as hell, right? And so you could see, and their sign was this big neon rainbow, and it said Wayne-Bo's. And you could see it from like 40 miles out. So you just kind of point the truck that way and take a piece of rope and tie it to your door, and then you take a nap. You'd wake up when you hit the drive-through, you know. I got fired from Wayne-Bo's before I ever got hired, but that's a different story. It rained real hard one time, and so we had to cut around this big section of cotton and go into town the other way. We've been out there about a year, and I didn't know anybody else lived out there. And all of a sudden, there's this little brick house sitting out there. It looked like it was probably built, I don't know, 70s. Just probably was a nice house at some point, but it was, you know, seen some hard years. Had some foil in the windows, and there was a damn what was the car old dude used to drive at the NASCAR, the Chevrolet, had the French name, the car did, you know what I mean? Monte Carlo. Had a Monte Carlo, like remember they made the Monte Carlo again for like a couple of years and they were terrible? I'm sorry. Hey, at least it wasn't a Fiero, you know? But so there was a Monte Carlo up like on blocks and like one tire was off, you know, and the grass was kind of tall. And there was a bunch of laundry hanging on the clothesline, and there was this little girl out there dancing, just spinning around dancing, having a good time. And as I made the left and I saw the house and saw her, I said out loud, you know, oh, that poor thing, you know, God bless her, you know. Phew. Went on, did my shit. A couple of months later, it rained again. It's not a real frequent occurrence up there. And I had to go back the same way. And I come by, and there's that house again. The same laundry's still up on the clothesline, you know. The Monte Carlo now got the other side. The other tire's off, and there's some parts hanging off underneath it, you know. And grass is a little taller. There's some different foil in the window. And that little girl's still out there dancing. And this time when I came by, I kind of thought to myself, I called bullshit on myself. I said, well, hey, asshole, who are you to drive by this person's life. It makes them snap this judgment, about what's going on there. And so what I decided then was like, hey man, it don't matter, like the little girls out there having a good time, fuck it, we all come from different places or whatever. As long as you make the most of wherever you're at, that's the important thing. And then this song came out, and I don't really know what the hell it's about, so. Run-down house on Dead Street, broke down shoes on dirty feet, dancing like dreams in the clothesline sheets. The rain rolling off a rusty roof, like tears from a cheek, they're living proof, reflecting the light of the cold hard truth. Eyes roll back, skies turn black, sparrows gather round. Angels cast their faithless eyes, their whispers thunder down. Springtime comes but once a year, April wears the crown. Flowers picked by loving hands lay scattered on the flowers picked by loving hands lay scattered on the ground. Looking out from beneath the eave, heavy with the rain and a falling leaf. It's dark, oh so dark, if you don't believe. Eyes adjust for the lights no more, set locked behind unlocked doors, polishing metals from unfought wars. Eyes roll back, skies turn black, sparrows gather round. The angels cast their faithless eyes, their whispers thunder down. Springtime comes but once a year, April wears the crown. Flowers picked by loving hands lay scattered on the ground. Flowers picked by loving hands lay scattered on the ground. You can close your eyes and try to sleep. Pray the Lord your soul to keep, and hope your dreams will bring the things you need. Or you can straighten your collar, smooth out your pleats, line your hands with dust and your mouth with sweets, and rip the wind from the sky like clothesline sheets. Rip the wind from the sky like clothesline sheets. Eyes roll back, skies turn black, sparrows gather round. Angels cast their faithless eyes, their whispers thunder down. Springtime comes but once a year, April wears the crown. Flowers picked by loving hands lay scattered on the ground. Flowers picked by loving hands lay scattered on the ground. Thank you guys. I was a little late getting here because I was down the road. Like I said, the traffic finally got to moving right. I was making time, and I didn't want to quit making time, even though I went right past my exit, you know. So I was almost to Conroe, and then I pulled in this other joint. It was called the Incandescent Possum, and I was like, wait, this ain't the place. I'm looking for this other joint. Well, it's Sunday. I didn't go to church, but I did go to a 7-year-old's birthday party. Pretty rad. They had a bounce house and a shitload of Domino's pizza. But this is a song about God. Well, more to the point, it's about going and looking for God and getting frustrated and just going to get a drink instead. Going to the river to wash the blood from my hands. I'm going to the river to wash the blood from my hands. But the river is dirty with the soil of distant lands, and it smells of death and tastes just like sand. And the sun, it did not shine, and the birds, they did not sing for me. Well, I fell down at the muddy banks, my hands folded in prayer. I fell down at the muddy banks, my hands in prayer. I cried out the name of God into the stagnant air. Well, I don't know where God lives, don't think it's around here. 'Cause the sun, it did not shine, and the birds, they did not sing for me. I wrote this song before I broke all my fingers. Well, I waited and I waited, no answer ever came. I waited and I waited, no answer ever came. And the river is rising and the air smells of rain. And I fear my trip here has been in vain, because the sun did not shine and the birds, they did not sing for me. So I'm going into town tonight, I'm gonna drink that fucker dry. I'm going into town tonight, I'm gonna drink till I'm high, and tie on an old high-tone drunk while the moon and stars spin by, and look for God the day after I die. 'Cause the sun, it does not shine, and the birds, they do not sing for me. Yeah, the sun, it does not shine, and the birds, they do not sing for me. How are you, bud? Man, I'm proud to be in a joint where you can have a cigarette waiting on you at the end of the song. It's my only get down with Methodist, man. Thank all y'all for coming. It'd have been weird if nobody showed up. I mean, we'd have fucking done it anyway. It just would have been weird. It is weird playing in the daytime, though. I'm like, shit, I don't know any daytime songs, you know. This is a nighttime. I'm making a list of songs that sound better at night than they do in the daytime, and that's a weird, intersection of like visual and auditory kind of stuff, but it's a very real phenomenon. Try listening. Peter Gabriel's seminal record, "So," right? It's beautiful. At night, it's fantastic. In the daytime, it's just good. I don't make the rules. This is definitely a song that sounds better at night, but I'm gonna play it anyway, because I've got 4 hours. This is I've had all kinds of jobs. All the jobs I've had them. All of them. The worst job I ever had, I was a database manager. That was the worst job I've ever had. I quit that in a fairly fantastic fashion, but my lawyer says I can't talk about it. I'm lazy as hell, and so I pick up side work all the time, or used to. I'm super lazy now, so I don't even answer the phone. But buddies of mine, they were always starting businesses and stuff, and they call and they say, "Hey man, you want to make a couple of $100?" And I say, "Sure. Come get in a truck." And I get in a truck and we go hang drywall or something, paint a house or some shit, All right, cool. Buddy of mine called me one time. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Man, I found this documentary about these 3 old sisters that live in Florida, and one of them's kind of a slut, and they're dating people, and it's just all kinds of." He said, "You talking about the Golden Girls?" I'm like, "Yeah, have you seen it?" He said, "Man, that's a damn TV show." I said, "Well, I told you, this damn documentary with him." And he said, "Well, you want to make like $1,000?" And I said, "Shit, yeah, dude." I said, "Can you give me 17 minutes? This is a very special episode." Blanche's new boyfriend got him a Chrysler LeBaron convertible, and he said, "Man, come out, get in that goddamn truck." I said, "All right." We got in a truck. I was living in Bryan at the time, and we were almost in Navasota. And I said, "Hey, man, am I going to need shoes for this?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, we got to turn around. Sorry." We got some shoes. Next thing I knew, I was working concrete. I've been working concrete for like 3 years. And I looked up, and I was in Pearsall, south of San Antonio, and it was August. And I said, "The fuck am I here now doing this? This is terrible. This is almost as bad as being a database manager, So I started kind of humming this song to myself, and by the time I made it back to the house, I'd learned most of the words. It's just sort of you remember when you were a kid and you'd read those Choose Your Own Adventure books? And it'd say, you're on page 25, and it says, you're standing in front of a cave. To go into the cave, turn to page 37. But you're chicken shit, so you kind of left your thumb in there a little bit. And you go to 37, it says, rattlesnakes, and you're like, well, I didn't go in. I just peeked a little bit, Well, look, as long as ain't nobody else counting on you, like, life is like a choose your own adventure. You can just, at any moment, pack your shit and go do something else, If there is somebody counting on you, they'll probably be mad and call a lawyer or something. But so this is sort of about that. Not really, though. Mostly it's about Ford Motors. Bodark on the fence line, crosses in the ditch. working for another man. You never get rich. A nice raining in the morning, raining at night. Sometimes I get what's coming, sometimes it ain't right. Sometimes I get what's coming, sometimes it ain't right. Now when I was a child, I was raised upright. It was church on a Sunday and a Wednesday night. A nice whiskey in the morning just to stop the shakes. Whiskey in the evening, that's what it takes. Whiskey in the evenings, that's what it takes. Well, there's mesquite in the meadow where the hay used to be. Somebody's gotta cut it, but it won't be me. I got a Windsor engine, I got a full tank of gas, I got a number in my pocket, I got a picture on my desk. I got a number in my pocket, I got a picture on my desk. Well, the bodark on the fence line, they standing still. Long as I'm breathing, I never will. I got my windows wide open, I got my hand in the breeze. Well, I'll be gone by the morning, pretty as you please. Well, I'll be gone by the morning, pretty as you please. Caught a hanger there, man. Had to get you kicked out of the card rooms. Woo! It's cool in here, man. I mean, it's hot, but it's cool. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That makes sense, right? I like it. All right. I thought Corey gonna play piano with me. You can. I know so little about piano. I wouldn't even know if he was fucking up or not, man. I'm gonna do another John Prine song, and then we take a little pause for the cause. Does that be all right for everybody? Give you a chance to eat some meatball subs. Yeah. I don't know how that goes, but it sounds cool. And I'm gonna go out in the parking lot and check that underwear, see if somebody wrote their name in the back of it, you know, like it is at camp or something. And then I'll find them on Facebook and send them a message and say, "Hey, I found your drawers over at the Neon Possum. You want me to mail them or drop them off, you know?" got so hot last night, I swear, you couldn't hardly breathe. The heat of lightning burnt the sky like alcohol. I sat on my porch without my shoes, and I watched the cars roll by, and the headlights raced to the corner of the kitchen wall. Well, Mama dear, your boy's here, far across the sea, waiting for that sacred coal that burns inside of me. Well, I can feel the storm all wet and warm now, 10 miles away, all approaching my Mexican home. God, I cried, it's so hot inside, you could die in the living room. You put a fan in the window, kick a door back with a broom. Well, the cuckoo clock has died of shock, and the windows feel no pain, and the air's as still as the throttle on a funeral train. Well, Mama dear, your boy's here, far across the sea, waiting for that sacred coal that burns inside of me. Well, I can feel the storm all wet and warm now, 10 miles away, all approaching my Mexican home. Father died on the porch outside. It was an August afternoon. I sipped bourbon and cried with a friend by the light of the moon. Well, it's a hurry, hurry, step right up. It's a matter of life or death. And the sun's gone down and the moon's just holding her breath. Well, Mama dear, your boy's here, far across the sea, waiting for that sacred coal that burns inside of me. Well, I can feel the storm all wet and warm now, 10 miles away, all approaching my Mexican home. All approaching my Mexican home. John Prine. All right, we'll take a little break for just a minute and we'll get back to it, okay? Okay, fine.